So today I'm gonna talk about Judaism and how they worship. So first of all, what are the different kinds of worship they have? Daily worship and temple worship. In daily worship, then normally Jews will pray 3 times a day, and they follow it in a book of prayer called Siddur, which in Hebrew means order, because that is the order of prayers. So the 3 prayer time that they're gonna have is morning prayer, afternoon prayer, and evening prayer. Morning prayer is also called Shacharit, and it has 7 parts. It lasts around 1 hour in an Orthodox synagogue, which is the longest one in a day. And then Mincha and Mariv each last only for 30 minutes and have 3 parts. So now, before we actually get to know that, we should know some terms that might be unfamiliar. Shema is a centerpiece in a daily morning and evening prayer services. It's an affirmation of God's singularity and kingship. Shemona Esrael is the 19 blessings that make up the silent prayer, which recites 3 times daily. It's also called Amida. And last, Aleinu is a relatively short prayer that calls for recognition of God's name, and it marks the end of all the 3 daily services. So now let's go on to the morning prayer. It started out with morning blessings, and then Sukkot de Zimra, Shema, Shemona Esrael, Hallel only if appropriate, and then the Torah reading on Mondays and Tuesday, Shabbat, and special holidays. And last, we end with Aleinu. For the Minsha, we only have 3 parts. Ashrei, which is primarily Psalm 145, Shemona Esrei, and Aleinu. In some modern rites, then the Ashkenazim normally conclude with a mourner's Kaddish instead. For the Mariv evening prayer, then it starts with a Shema and its blessing related to the passage of Barechu, and then Shemona Esrei and Aleinu. That is every worship you have during the day. Now we move on to temple worship. In the public service, it requires a presence of at least 10 males, which is called the minyan, and it's generally led by a synagogue official, a hazan, or cantor. But any Jewish male can technically do the job as long as they have the knowledge. So first, the place where they worship is called the synagogue, and it's an equivalent of the Christian church. But people actually have socialized in there, they study in there, they have charity work in there, as well as all the religious activities. It can also be called a temple or a shul, depending on what branches of Jews you are. So now we have a subdivision of 3. We divide temple worship into Friday night services, Saturday morning service, and Saturday afternoon service. All of these are called Shabbat because they are during the period of time of Shabbat, which is from Friday, from like afternoon to the end of Saturday evening after the sunset. So now we move on to the Friday night services. In the synagogue, they will start with a minsha, since they start in the afternoon, and then they sing songs of songs, or also called Receiving the Sabbath. It composed of the 6 psalms, from 95 to 99 and 29, representing the 6 weekdays for most. And then it will end with a marriage service as a normal evening services. Not only that, they have a Friday night service at home. And this is where all the fun begins. They start with a candle near the time when sunset. A bit before that, the lady in the house will cover her eye after she lit up the candle. And then when she opens it again, she must act like, oh, it's my first time seeing the candles. So nice. It's a bit weird at first when I read about it, but I think it's really nice. Kiddush is the second thing they have as a ritual. It's a bit of a silver cup with alcohol in there, and it holds around 3 to 8 ounces of liquid. And then we go on to Netilat Yadayim, which is washing hands. This is a vital part before eating dinner. And then after that, they have to do the hamotzi right away, which is the bread. They pass the bread around the table and then say the prayer and eat. And now we're going to the Saturday morning services, Shabbat, which is a long service with the morning blessing, a hymn named Al Adon, Shema and Owed's blessing, Yisma Moshe, and then the Torah script is taken out of the ark. And here I will show you which one is the ark. So here, this beautiful building here is the ark. And here are all the rolls of the Torah, right there. And so after all of that, they are followed by a Haftarah, which is a weekly portion, and then there will be 3 prayers for the government, for the state of Israel, and for the defense forces of Israel. This might vary by places that you go to and which branch of Jewish you are. And then after that, we got the Musaf Saturday morning additional service. A fun fact, American Reformed Jews omit the entire Musaf service, which thankfully that saves them some time. Then we move on to the very last service of the whole week, which is the Saturday afternoon services. It started with a Minsha Sabbath, a bit special. And then after that, they read passages, depends on what season they are. For the winter Sabbath, which is from Sukkot to Passover, they will read Psalms 104, 120 to 134. But then during summer Sabbath, which is from Passover on to Rosh Hashanah, they will read chapters from Avot instead of Bereki Nafshi. And that is the end of holiday worship. Here are all the works cited. I hope you enjoyed this and learned a lot of fun facts. See you next time.